past it over there. Wow. Welcome to a very special edition of Billy Reads Books. I'm your host, Billy. Thanks for joining me again. Today on the program, we have the wonderful Antkind by Charlie Kaufman. And in light of the most recent assassination attempt on President Trump, I thought I'd read this. Antkind by Charlie Kaufman, chapter 42, might as well be. Hello, I shout into the cave. My hello comes back at me at least 30 times. This place must be enormous. Or maybe its walls are made out of an extremely reflective rock. Perhaps limestone. Or ignatz. Is ignatz a form of rock? Or maybe the cave is simply filled with friendly, unseen people with voices similar to my own, all saying hello back at me. It is unlikely, but I must find out. I am quite lonely. Ask them directly. Who are you? Approximately 30. Who are yous? Come back at me. It may not have been the best question to ask, as it's conceivable they have been wondering who I am, or at least that they don't want to go first in answering. And, of course, were it an echo, it would sound like this as well. Although, I have to say, in at least some of the responses, it did seem as if you was emphasized, which would point to the being about 30 unseen others in this cave. Maybe some are an echo, and some are unseen others. Let's split it down the middle and say 15 each. I decide to try again. I am B. I shout. I am B. Come the responses. Echo, it is. Unless the others are also named B. Granted, that would be quite a coincidence, but B is a common first initial. Off the top of my head, I can think of the names Billy, Bob, and Brett, and that's just the men or trans men. There's also the possibility of a group of contralto women, and it's not like my name begins with an X. I guess I'll never know for sure. Shit, I say in frustration. Everyone else says shit as well. Or do they? Or do I? Perhaps I'm the echo. I press on, a moth to light, or in this case, dark. A bat, if you will. A bat to dark. Since bats are nocturnal. I instinctively shield my face with my free hand. I hate bats, and worry they might be flying. I hate bats and worry they might be flying along with me, drawn to the very dark that I am. Then I notice a dim light in the distance. What could it be? I head toward it. Finally, a moth to light. My bat fears evaporating like water when it does, and enter the cathedral-like space, coming face to face with 1,000 Donald Trumps. 1,000,000 even, on risers, facing me and singing. They have the voice of angels, the voices of angels. How can this be? Who would have thought it? Nobody knew. It's a beautiful ballad, elegiac and haunting, even with that hideous Queen's accent multiplied by 1,000,000. One of them, in a blue blazer and cream turtleneck, plays an acoustic guitar. He's not bad, but he's pretty much drowned out by all these beautiful, horrible voices. Our nation. Wait, let me see if I can do it. see. Our nation stands united, aglow in a brilliant night. Our left turn has been righted, the future oh so bright. For the flames they will bathe us, a true baptism of fire. Burned off is all the meanness, division and divisiveness and ire. And so we join together inside this earthly sun. We shall burn to death as equals, to be reborn as one. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, cinders to cinders. In God, we do combust. Over time, I get to know the Trumps. They have their chef make synthetic food for me. They don't eat. See, they're actually robots. Trump clones. Animatronic from Disney World earlier, the novel. I get to know the Trumps. They have their chef make synthetic food for me. They don't need to eat. And let me use their comfortable bed. They don't need to sleep. In any event, I am surprised to discover I quite like them. They're charming and gracious in their rough-hewn way. And although they're identical robots, all of the meteorologist's computer production assembly line, robots made by robots, they boast to me. Nobody knew it was possible. They all have their own personality quirks. Trump number 33 is afraid of spiders. Trump number 72 loves to laugh. Trump number 97 is always curious. Trump number 38 is good with his hands. There is a lesson here. Everyone is unique. Even mass-produced robots. It gives me great comfort to realize everyone has something to offer. And to celebrate this revelation, I decide to compile a list of the 10 best Trumps of all time. Trump number 143. What is there to say about 143 that has not already been said? Far and away the most complex Trump. It combines all its predecessors' addled thought process with an almost preternatural love of logic puzzles. It can never solve them, of course, because it is an idiot, but its tireless can-do attitude is endearing and perhaps can teach us all a valuable life lesson. Trump number 3,907. Wow, what a Trump! By turns funny and tragic, this Trump is well worth the price of admission. The day I met it, I must admit, I was feeling a tad sorry for myself. Stuck in a cave during the apocalypse, woe is me, right? But 3,907 wasn't having it. After it insisted on engaging me in a staring contest, which I lost, they don't blink. Nobody knew. It proceeded to tell me jokes for an hour. They were mostly corny and often misogynistic, but understanding it was attempting to cheer me. I was touched by the effort. Trump number 908. This is the Trump I came closest to. Perhaps not as flashy or as skilled as 38 or 3,907. This Trump forced me to look at myself. Why? Because 908 is the most like me. Inquisitive, damaged, striving. We talk late into the night. Drinking punch. I found out the hard way. It's not real punch. And me drinking synthetic rye. It is the one that told me I need to give Aki another chance. I explained that Aki was most certainly long ago incinerated. But if not, I would heed its sage advice. Trump number 17, this Trump is the most Trump. When I watch it, I feel like I am truly watching the actual Trump, the one who inhabited the White House long ago. It's uncanny. No anemic Nicole Kidman's Virginia Woolf in a bad nose. This is Old Man's Churchill, Downey's Chaplin, Goodman's Flintstone. Aside from the angelic singing voice, eye lasers, and the ability to fly, this is Trump. Trump number 10,846 and 710. Tie. Number 5. The Trumps that made me cry, their love for each other, pushed boundaries, and made us all realize once and for all that love is love. Trump number 6,555. All the messiness, false starts, dead ends of real life are to be found in 6,555. This Trump is not wrapped up in a bow and handed to you. It does not tell you what to think of it. It rewards repeat interactions. I was by echoes enamored of and infuriated by this Trump. Perhaps no Trump reflects our actual human relationships, our attempts to connect with each other more accurately than number 6,555. Number 7, Trump number 888. I wouldn't be surprised if the computer messed up while making this Trump. It's insane, but in the most glorious ways. We may not know what it's talking about. It is reminiscent of the eccentric, drug-addled, brilliant writing of American primitivists Philip K. Dick. But the ride is always fascinating, funny, and thought-provoking. Trump number 1, number 8. The first iteration. Tone deaf and without superpowers. One is very much like the original King Kong. It is good. Is it as good as newer versions? Well, not technically. But what it lacks in sophistication, it more than makes up for in its clumsy oafish charm. Number 9. Trump number 11,722. This Trump pushes boundaries. It says, you think you know what Trump is? Well, watch this. It illustrates the gentle side of Trump, the playful Trump, the one that is always there with a slap on the back or a card trick. It reminds us that each of us has many facets to our personality. Number 10, Trump number 4,391. A thrilling Trump, fast-paced, brash, in your face. This Trump you want to spend time with on a Friday night after a stressful week. The adrenaline flows with number 4,391. A true guilty pleasure. I post my list and understand it's time for me to move on. Of course, the Trumps on my list are thrilled to be acknowledged, but millions of others feel slighted. They've all worked hard, but a critic must be honest, even at the risk of hurting feelings. One human's opinion, I tell them, and this seems so to soften the love. And soon, they're singing me on my way. First left, then right, then down a flight of rocky stairs. But don't be scared. Woo, woo, stairs can be spooky. Then right out a mile and a quarter, oh, avoid that stagnant water, oh. Water and the quarter are perfect rhyme when it's from Queens. Ha ha! They eventually will enter the Alfred Rosenberger Cloning Center. All the clones are now in heaven, except for number 107. And he's a great person, doesn't hate Jews. He gets a bad rap, it's all fake news. I'm not Jewish, I say, interrupting, just to be clear. Really? You look Jewish, they sing back at me. That, it turns out, is the last line of the song. They step down the risers, chat among themselves, sip punch. I shake hands, hug, pat backs, and make my way towards the exit. There I spot Trump number 1, sitting by himself, dejected. No ways arise. That's it. Can you believe it? Even though it was my idea, the company couldn't retrofit them. Too costly. I nod in sympathy. More than most, I understand what it's like to be different. I touch his shoulder. And with that final gesture of compassion, I turn left and trudge farther into the abyss, into the blackness. My torch long since extinguished. Hands out in front of me, feeling for obstacles and bats. Everyone rush out and get yourself a copy of Charlie Kaufman's absolute American classic, Antkind. Ladies and gentlemen, Antkind by Charlie Kaufman, the great American novel from the great American screenwriter. Ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe. And look, I actually got it all. I thought that the camera shut off long ago. All right. Oh, fuck, I'm going to post it now. I should tag him. Is that any tag? Oh. Oh. Oh.